Welcome to the tutorial on how to create a Pmail template with a customized Rotary logo for district public image chairs. It can be used for many other folks, but this is my main purpose. It requires two steps in two different applications. Let's start out in Rotary.org. So I'm at Rotary.org and I click on My Rotary and I'm looking for my sign in. And it takes a moment to sign in. Depending on the strength of your internet connectivity and how busy Rotary is, this can take up to a minute. Once you're in Rotary.org, My Rotary, I want you to go to Manage and then Brand Center, Logos. There is a plethora of items at Brand Center. There are people of action, their guidelines, their logos, ads, materials. At a later time, spend some time looking at all the features on Brand Center. But I'm going to go to Logos, Learn More, and here are all the logos. Again, take some time to look at all the different features. But I'm going to go to the template, create your own club or district program logo, and view that. Once you're at this screen, I want you to click Create. We're going to leave the defaults English, Rotary, normal logo, full color, but when we get to the alignment, we're going to make it go to the right of the logo. I'm going to change the font size to 90 and bold it. And we'll have to see if 90 continues to work. Since this is for a district, I want to completely wipe out all of the location and type district and then the name of the district, 7670. When I'm finished, I can come out and see that looks okay at 90, and then save. It asks you to save it as what name, so I'm just going to put district 7670 and click OK, and then save again. When you get to this screen, you can read to remind you what to do, but this is grayed out. In order to get the option of downloading, you have to refresh your browser. And your browser is typically up here and it's the reload current page. Sometimes it does it on the first try. Yay, it did. Oops, no it didn't. So let's try again. We're looking for the logo to show up under District 7670. There we go. And once here, you can download a PDF, a JPEG, but I like a PNG as it's a transparent file. So I'm going to download that, acknowledge that you've read the message, and download again. And then you can decide how to open it. I like to open mine either in Photos or Snagit because it allows me to edit the file before I save it. So I'm going to say OK. And once it opens in my photo window, I'm allowed to crop it. And I crop it because there's a lot of white space around it. And when I'm putting it in a template, I want it to be nice and tight. So crop and rotate. And I don't need to rotate, I just need to crop it. And see how much space there is here? So I'm just going to come down here and take out a lot of the space. And maybe even move this over here. So now it's a little better proportioned, and I can say save a copy, and it's going to save it anywhere you want, but I typically save it in my public image folder. You do have a public image folder, don't you? And so I'm looking for my documents and my RPIC folder. And because I have so many files, I have a 2020 file, and it's still named District 7670, so I click Save, and it's saving a copy. Once your copy is saved and this screen disappears, we'll get out of My Rotary, okay, and go to DACDB. So now we're open in DACDB, and we'll go to District and District Committee. I don't know how many of you have checked to see if you have a district public image committee, but I am going to look at 2021 and slide down, and there's my club public image chairs. These are a public image chair for each club in my district. Of course, at this time of the year, there's not all of them there, but there's a way you can encourage them to put those in. So I'm going to click on public image chairs and then come up here to Pmail. Once I've arrived at Pmail, I could go ahead and describe what I need to put in the Pmail and send it, but I'm coming over here to manage templates. And this is a district template I'm working on. And so I decide I want a new template. Now this is the blank template, so I'm going to click on the word from and find myself. And there I am. So once I say done, notice that it puts my name here, and then it has my email, from email, and my reply to. At this time, if you want to change any of this, you can. And what I like to do is come here and back out my club name and put, let's see, District Public Image Chair. So they know who I am. They may not be familiar with my name yet. Okay, and then the subject. Now, if you're going to send a monthly Pmail to all of your club's public image chairs, it might be something like tidbits, let's say public image tidbits. And then we come down here. Now, we want to put our logo at the very top, so I'm going to take out that, and I go to the little picture of the TV and get my image. Now, if you know the URL of your image, you can type that in there, but I'm going to go to browse my server and pick up the one that I just made. And these are the things that are on DACDB, so I want to upload to this file. And remember that we put it in my RPIC folder, 2020, and I'm going to very quickly move the date so that I can see the latest. And there's the file that I created. Double click it. The upload is finished. Now I have to find it. It's right here. So I double click it. And I don't want it this big. I'm going to say 900. And if you leave this locked, this will change the height when you change the width. And I'm going to ask it to be center aligned and say OK. Now the logo comes in, pops in, that looks good. And see why we took out some of the white? That's an awful lot of white still. Then you come below it and my cursor is right here, and you can use whatever salutation you want. And since it's to PI chairs, you can say, Dear PI Chair, space, and then come up to tag and get first name, because you're going to say, Dear PI Chair Sam, Dear PI Chair Susie, and then put a comma, and then hit enter, 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 enter. Now, when you come back, you can put your text in there and you'll be all set. Now you just want your closing. And so typically I close with yours in service, but you can say whatever you'd like. I like one that Alex Wilkins used, and it's we serve those who serve. And then a comma, remember, and then you can put your name and however you want your name to appear. You can put first name, last name, you can put Billy, District PI Chair, and if you want to put your telephone number or your email address, you can put that. And then when you're sure it's like you want it, come up here to the little save. It's a little disk and save. You save it in the district template file and then call it PI district or whatever you want so that you'll know which one it is. Save. And now I'm going to close it. I'm going to come back out and go to district, district committees. I'm going back to pick up those. It still says 2021, public image chairs, Pmail, and this time because I have my template made, I select my template. And I'm looking, this is system template, so I look in my district file because that's where I saved it. And there's PI district. And you can always check for the date and then say use selected template. So it comes in with my name, my return address, the people I'm sending it to, public public tidbits. I should have made that say public image tidbits so you could always go back and edit it. And you might even put a date because if you're going to call it public tidbits every time and they're saving it, you might want to do that. And so there's our nice logo, Dear PI Chair. And then here's where you come in and put your cursor and type your Pmail. What is advisable is to type your Pmail and do no more than 3 topics, because if you go way past the what they call the fold, people tend not to read. Then I like to come in and come up to the top since I have 3 topics and say public tidbits, today's date. I'm not sure what today is, but we'll go for that and then say 3 action items. So I'm expecting them to find 3 items of interest or 3 things that I need them to do. I highlight the first one down here and I can change colors. So I might make the first one purple and then the next one blue. Let's go with green. And then the last one, let's see what color we can get, red. And that way they can tell I'm supposed to be looking for 3 action items. And as they read the first one and say, oh, I've already done that one, their eye can slide down to the next color and then the next color. Make sure you give them concise, clear directions and happy public image Pmailing. This has been Billy Black with a Zone Public Image.